Justin Tucker set to boom this one away. And off we go from M&T Bank Stadium. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Ready, 5-8, 5-8. Go, Cat, let's go. We got this, we got this. Switch it. Come on, switch. Under.
A first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally. And
nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye. That happened fast and a big sack. 3rd and long now after the sack of Breeze, and the Saints up against it here. Working from the gun, it's Breeze. He throws and he hits the slant route to Thomas. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves him just short for 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. So here we go on 4th down with Breeze. Open man is Michael Thomas. Heck of a 4th and short conversion. They end up getting north of 20 yards.
Well, peel back the curtain, partner. We've got a pretty good look into how they plan to play this game. Aggressive seems to be the word. Going for it on 4th down in that situation.
Yeah, opening drive. Now, we know this coaching staff, they have traits of aggression in their history, but what a start to this game. They're going for it.
Yeah, a lot of people might say reckless, but they got it. 1 for 1 on 4th down here early in the game.
It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
From the 40 now on 2nd down. Breeze. That one complete to Hill. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. If you make the stop there, maybe you hold them to 3 on this opening drive. They didn't get the stop.
Yeah, new set of downs now. Now you're worried about, just as you pointed out, not just giving up 3, possibly giving up 6. Let's see what they decide to do here because they've got to change up what they have been doing. It hasn't been working.
Staying on the ground on 1st with Kamara. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Let him know. Hey, easy. 57 for Mike. Watch 57. I smell fear now.
Now Breeze. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Chances are good he's going to be a very busy guy. 2 catches already in this opening drive, and they were looking his way for a 3rd.
I think they put this defense on notice that could be a really, really frequent combination. From the gun on 3rd down, Breeze. And he's got his tight end, that's Smith. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Give them 18 there, and the Saints have a first down.
Ready. 57. Tap. We're good. That's 4. Ready. Hey, kill.
No score after 1 on EA Sports. The Saints with the football here to begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 1st and 10. On 1st down, Breeze. to the goal line, but it's incomplete. Traquan Smith, the intended receiver. That'll bring up second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Back to the air on second down. It's Breeze. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Read it well, and it's picked. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
The drive starts here with a carry by Ingram. There goes Mark Ingram. He's at the 50, 30. And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25. A big effort that time out of Ingram. 74 yards. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. Throwing is Jackson. And he whips that one incomplete there. Trying to get it to Willie Snead there. And that'll bring up second down.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open. And this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. On second down now, it's Ingram. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. From the gun, Jackson. And that will be incomplete. That has to feel like a very unsatisfying drive, right? You move the ball all that way, and then you can't convert on third down.
But it was satisfying up until that point. Almost like a great movie, and then the film cuts out before the big ending.
And this is just outside the right upright. It's no good, and this will remain a scoreless game.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
And here's a throw that's taken in by the tight end Cook. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
2 minutes on the clock in what's been a scoreless first half. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Jonathan Coachman. Coach will have highlights and analysis of this first half, one that's featured no touchdowns as of yet on either side.
So his job's a little bit easier for this halftime.
Need to give the coach some highlights here.
Yes, we do.
Breeze leaves this one with Kamara. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. So after the run by Kamara, now another 1st and 10. To throw is Breeze. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
Thomas has got it, complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Breeze now rebounding nicely after the interception. He's hit 4 straight to start the drive. It's first down. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. To throw, it's Breeze. And it's caught. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. Play number 9 set to come here on the drive on 3rd and 2. They run it for the first time with a backup move. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. Just a gain of a yard in what all likelihood will be the final play of the first half. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. After a rare scoreless first half, these teams now just looking for something as the second half gets underway.
Let's go. Let's do this.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And we thought this game had the potential to be tight, maybe not this tight, scoreless as we start the 3rd quarter.
And I love the way you use the word tight. I'm going to take it a little bit different direction here because it's not just tight on the scoreboard. I think both offenses have been tight in how they played this game. No one's been loose. No one's been free. They've got to find a way to make some plays, and I don't think you do it if you're really tight in everything that you're doing in the game.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Watch the pass. Watch the pass. Here we go. Here we go. Switch. No. Okay. Check. Fresno.
Here's Jackson to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Cameron Jordan able to drop him for a loss of a couple.
We are seeing 2 really confident defenses imposing their will on these offenses in this game.
Yeah, absolutely, going toe for toe. Just curious if one of these offenses can wake up a little bit.
If there's any way they can find something that can pop, something big to knock them back on their heels.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Let's get off the field, D. Check 43. Kill. Hey, watch it.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. He's going deep for Brown. It's caught inside the 25. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Marquise Brown, 75 yards. As his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Well, these 2 teams battled through a scoreless first half. Finally, a breakthrough here in quarter number 3.
And I just wonder how that played for both of them psychologically, because when you battle through a scoreless first half, now you know that every possession is increasingly crucial. Who can put points on the board, make the other team chase? Wonder if you get a lift and if they get deflated a little bit.
And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
At their own 19-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Break it down, fellas. Break it down.
On the counter, here's Kamara. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
Ready? 95, 56. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Shotgun now for Breeze. Airing it out deep for Smith. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Well, they only needed a small gain on 3rd down. They end up getting over 30 yards. So the big play gets them across midfield now for 1st and 10. From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. He's got a 1st down and more inside the 30. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Alvin Kamara, 44 yards. As they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. What's good on the extra point? And we are tied at 7.
The game at 7.
Nothing separating these two teams on the scoreboard as the kick's away here. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And these two teams have traded touchdowns so far with their first possessions here in the third quarter, so we're right back to where we started at intermission.
Yeah, how about that? Tied at the half, tied after the first 2 drives of the third quarter, 1 for each. That tells me that someone's defense has got to step up and make a big play and try and change the momentum of this game.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here's Jackson. It's complete to Snead. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore 1st down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
This is Ingram on 1st and 10. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
On 2nd and a couple. Jackson nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Sheldon Rankins abruptly ends that play with a sack. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
Back now in Baltimore. 7-7 is our score. Pretty even matchup so far as we start quarter number 4. Jackson looking to throw on 3rd. Forced out to his left. He can run for it, and he will. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. When in doubt, do it yourself as he keeps it for 3 and a first down.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Alert 3, alert 3. Alert 3.
Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. Flush to his right. He's going to take off with it. He's got a first down and more inside the 30. 23 yards on the tuck and run.
All right, partner, I'm a defender, but I've got to express my admiration there. Moving around, making it happen, and instead of worrying about protecting himself, he goes and gets the first down. I've got to give it to him on that one.
Normally, you don't want your guy taking shots, your quarterback, but it's winning time here in the fourth quarter. If he needs to make those plays with the legs, go ahead, right?
Yeah, no doubt about it. At this stage of the game, all protections, they're off.
Jackson toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
Mike 5. Mike 5-4.
Second and 10. Here's Jackson again. He's got it. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. From 19 yards away. And the Ravens have taken the lead.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
That's it,
The Saints take over first and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. The target that time, Michael Thomas. And it's second down. Throwing now is Breeze. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. 6 yards on the pickup, and they're going to face a third down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Now Breeze. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on fourth down. The Saints do snap it. It's Breeze. And he finds Cook. 14 yards is the pickup. First down, New Orleans. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Breeze able to find the veteran Ginn, and they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. A 10th carry for Kamara. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
Second and 12 at the 21-yard line.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's second and 12. Back to throw. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. Back to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Figuring they're going for it on fourth down. Remember, though, they do have all three timeouts, so even if they don't get it, all is not lost.
Yeah, normally in this situation, when you're talking about having to go for it, everything is in this play. But as you noted, with those three timeouts, they actually have a little bit of a safety net.
Down 7, and they've got to go for it here on fourth down. They'll go for it. It's Breeze. And no, it's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Ravens are going to get the football back. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And this game not quite over yet, and we'll likely see them take all three timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Get ready, get ready, get ready. Deuce. Watch the safety crease.
Again, they'll run with Ingram. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down.
Switch gears. Kill. Clean. Kneel. Hey, turn it up. Check three.
Jackson, option right. He may try and run for this. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Saints. And now off to the races down the right side. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. So they were down by a touchdown, probably just hoping the defense could hold them, maybe force the punt. Instead, they force the turnover and take it into the house.
Well, the plan was perfect. That's exactly what they wanted. Instead, they got a lot more than that. Big-time capitalization by taking the ball away and putting it in the end zone.
A very important extra point there, up and good. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the fourth. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play. But if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that.
It drives some people crazy to see those short throws underneath. They've got to find a way to gash the defense downfield.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
He's coming.
Here's Jackson. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Marcus Davenport, the first rounder out of UTSA, with a sack. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Throwing now is Jackson. And that is incomplete. And we've got free football. 4 quarters done, and we're dead even. We'll have overtime after this timeout. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
Let's go, baby. Ready.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Set for their first drive here in overtime. And this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team. And that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
And it's been loud in here so far. First throw of overtime for Breeze. Buying time to his left. He'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's third down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. It'll be a Saints first down on a pickup of 13.
A gain of 13 yards. And the Saints first down.
Hey, easy. 57.
Now a first throw here in overtime. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And this will be caught. It's a touchdown. And absolute stunned silence here as they have come in and stolen this one in overtime. Partner, a great game that we got to see and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one, I got some overtime, a little whipped cream on top.
Look at you, trying to make this whole thing palatable.
I just want you to pay for my meal later.
You really just wanted 4 quarters what you wanted, but how much fun was that? We had that type of a game where we got us to overtime, and then we get the dramatic ending to finish things off as well. What a game.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. From Baltimore, so long, everybody.